What's up guys, it's your boy BrandoAKAMiracle, starting with a deck that's been requested many times to return for the channel, Summoning 5 Dragon Challenge. Now I haven't did this deck since Chaos Ruler and a few other pieces have been added into the game, Revolution, Wheel, Crimson Dragon, and I'm here to bring this back. Just want to make it clear, this is not the most meta build of Stardust that there can be, but this is the most genuine to summoning the dragons as possible. I'm going to go step by step on combo pieces throughout this to make sure that you can do this combo you guys yourself. Alright, let's get into the clip. Also, before I get into the clip, this is a viewer and another channel. His name is Fade. He's a good friend on the YouTube community. He let me show you guys this combo without being interrupted. Looks like he did have some interruptions, so maybe he could have did it a little bit better, but he let me show you guys this combo for completely uninterrupted, so you guys can see how it's done. Starting off, I'm gonna have to use that reinforcement of the army because Junk Converter is the only way you can do this in this build. Junk Converter plus another Assault Engrave is not bad because you're going to use one Assault anyway. Junk Synchron is the main way to summon out Junk Speeder. Now in this build there is no protection on Junk Speeder. If you wanted to do the adventure package way, unfortunately Baron takes up too much space where you would be missing some combo pieces. Now the next thing you're going to see is the Arrival in Light. We're going to go for the Stardust Charge Warrior as our monster to go into before we go into the 8. And I usually don't run the Arrival in Light combo, but if you do this the right way, this gets you a guaranteed Cinder Dragon in Majestic Shooting Star Dragon. Now we're going to pitch to get the Doppel Warrior, another key piece to the combo. Now this is a part you also have to do. You have to get Stardust Synchron into the graveyard. It's the best way to trigger Doppel Warrior in hand. Also, it's going to give you a 4 to get into a 12 later. It works very well, the synergy, and this is really a step-by-step combo if you listen to this exactly. Excel's going to bring out Jet. Excel's going to tribute off to bring out Stardust, and you're going to use Stardust Dragon and Stardust Synchron to go into a small, very limited Centurion package. Now, if you open or mill any of these pieces, it could cost you some of the game. Like, for example, the Centurion Primera is in our hand. Luckily, we can special summon that with Arrival in Light, so it's completely fine. Centurion Ox, gonna get stand-up Centurion in there, and we're gonna use our Crystal Wing, our Doppel Warrior, and our Wheel Dragon to get out the first boss dragon of the combo. Now Doppel Warrior plus our Doppel Token plus Jet Synchron is going to get Celestial Shaman. This card guarantees you a Cinder Dragon in itself. Using Shaman plus the converter you put into the graveyard earlier gets you the second Blackwing. Now that brings the other Blackwing that you already used, but that also uses converter to bring out the Shaman. You do the math, that's 12, meaning you get access to another 12 dragon. The dragon of choice I like to do here is Cosmic Quasar because it's the only one that's very specific for its combos. Now this is the perfect time to use Arrival in Light to do the combos because Arrival in Light was in our Primera was in our hand, so we can instantly use it to go into the stand-up Centurion. Now Crimson Dragon is going to come out getting us Synchro Rumble. That Synchro Rumble is going to be used and saved to get us access to Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Now we're also going to use stand-up to get the Trudea in there. Honestly don't need it, but it's good to have nonetheless. And we're going to set, but this is also another key part. We need Ox on the field, but we can use it after the fact to do that. Now, this is where I tell him, your goal is to break Stardust after I've assembled a board. So, he uses the Bestial to try to steal the Primera. It doesn't work. It's completely fine. Now, the combo lines. I'm not trying to fully negate him here, but honestly, I should be thinking about that. I should have used Cosmic Should have used Cosmic Blazar to clear me a slot there before I went into Slifer Divine Dragon. I need to clear slots to have the most dragons on field at a time. I should have saved the Shooting Majestic Dragon for the very end, because Assault Synchron was going to bring back the other dragon I just used. Now, on the board, we have, right now, the total is 4. We're going to use Cosmic Blazar. My opponent's going to try to use a Called By. I think he was just trying to play for fun. Chimera is going to bring out the next dragon. I don't care about any of these effects because we're going to use the Primera and the Oxilla to go into the last Signer dragon at our disposal. Now, if you look at my extra deck, there's only one left other than Crimson Dragon. So this 5-card dragon combo involves your opponent's turn to finish it off, but honestly, you might not even need that final dragon with the perks of all of the other dragons. This combo is just super fun to play. It is a tedious combo to learn, but hey, it can guarantee you some wins if it completely resolves. Unfortunately, it isn't very good through playing through Interruption. I'll have some clips in the future of after this combo side of it, showing you off what happens in real master rank situations. Looks like he's trying to figure out a way to out my board, do something. Sky Striker, Majestic Star is going to end that. Should have used Crystal Wing because I could have assembled 6 dragons instead of just 5. But you live and learn. So it does show that this deck is absolutely crazy. It does its job, and trust me, with the new changes with Crimson Dragon, this combo is nuts. I don't know. I'm just playing to play at this point. Just showing off all the effects. There's 5. Forced to not bring the Shooting Majestic. Could have still had it on the field if I used that Crystal Wing instead. Unfortunately. So we would have had 6 dragons on board. But it is what it is. Go to battle. Finish this game off with our 5 dragons on board. Now, on to some feature matches with the deck. Okay, guys, feature match number 1. Looking at this opening hand, it's decent, but Wheel Synchron being in the opening hand is not good. Honestly, I played this, or I think I kind of have to play this a certain way, and I think I do it right. Using Wheel Synchron as the beginning with Assault Synchron to get out the Junk Converter and Junk Synchron to go into the speeder. I ran into this a few times. Honestly, Wheel is such an important part with this lines that if you do open up in your opening hand to have no way of getting him out, it does harm your combo significantly. Stardust Charge Warrior going to draw us a card. This card of the combo is pretty simple. Also was playing around with tech pieces like Kaliga Claw Crow, my apologies. Trying to figure out what is the best tech, and I felt like hand traps and hand trap prevention was the way to go. Converging Wills plus Omni Dragon, sending the Junk Synchron to get the Doppel Warrior. So far, this combo is going really traditionally exactly how it's supposed to. Assault Blackwing, Sahara the Rainstorm, gonna get tributed for the Synchron, triggering the Doppel Warrior, using the Junk and the Wheel Synchron to go into Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon. Excel going to target a Jet Synchron, going to tribute to Excel Synchro into a Stardust Dragon with the Stardust Charge Warrior or Stardust Synchron to go into the 12 of choice, which is always going to be the Centurion package. Gets you another 2 12s for free. Hey, that's a pretty good option for me. I'm going to use Assault Synchron number 1 to get back Excel, and we're going to get the field spell up and running in our hand. Now, I honestly have to pitch for the field spell, have to pitch the Ash Blossom. Well, honestly, that's going to be worth it in the future. Doppel really relying on those 2 tokens, and we're going to use Jet plus one of those tokens to go into the Shaman. Man, the Shaman enables so many cool plays with this deck too, with Junk Converter, getting you access to another 12 synchro, which is pretty cool. Using Blackwing as well in this combo, man, really really cool synergy just out of nowhere. Going into the second 12 of the combo in this game on the ladder, bringing out Cosmic Quasar Dragon. Using stand up to send that field spell to get the Trudea. Trudea is going to summon itself just to get Primera, just in case we do need an 8 in the future. Going to use stand up in Primera to get us access to Wake Up Centurion. Honestly, I should be playing another piece of interruption there instead of Wake Up, but you never know when it comes up, but is what it is. There it goes with the Crimson Dragon, getting us Synchro Rumble, giving us access to Crystal Wing, and using the Crimson Dragon to go into Cosmic Quasar Dragon. Using Wheel to level modulate again, and getting Crystal Wing onto the field. So that's 4 dragons so far. Using Primera on the field, our opponent activates Super Polarization, destroys 2 of our dragons off the rip. Man, that's brutal. It's fine. We still have a huge amount of plays and some more dragons to deal with it. He surrenders after the resolution of Super Poly. Hey, you gave me a good clip, Monk Enjoyer. I appreciate it. Alright, not a bad... this is not a good opening hand, actually. I have to use Ash Blossom as the gateway, and I have to use Wheel Synchron as one of my pieces. I'm also going to have to use the Synchro Rumble as an extender instead of what it's normally supposed to do. But we're going to do our best to figure out the combo nonetheless. Doppelwarrior in hand isn't bad. That means we don't have to discard or the Omni Dragon either. But Stardust Synchron's going to come out, getting a rival in light. I'm going to have to use that Rumble to get us access to the second 8 sooner or later using Wheel Synchron. But we're going to draw a card nonetheless. Jet. Pretty useless draw, but that's okay. Assault plus Stardust Charge Warrior is going to come out and get us Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Rival in Light, going to get Converging Wheels Dragon and Omni Dragon Botar. Omni Dragon's still going to do its job, getting us the level 5, the first Sahara the Rainstorm, tributing it off right away. We want it in the grave. And we're going to trigger Doppel Warrior. Now, I accidentally misplayed here and placed Crystal Wing into the bottom zone. So I had to go for the Synchro play first instead of afterwards. Doesn't affect the lines, but honestly, not the order I usually do things. We're going to get Wheel plus Junk Synchron. And we're going to get out our Excel Dragon and our Jet Warrior, or Jet Synchron as well. Tributing off right away to trigger the Assault Engrave, and gonna get the Stardust Dragon to use its effect to Excel Synchro once more into Centurion Ox. Now only 1 extra card in hand for our plays, so that Jet in hand is gonna have to go. Honestly, I'll be playing a round with the deck for sure more as we're going. I'm seeing issues with Revolution Synchron, for example. You never have to use it. It could be an easily as a one-of, even not play it at all, but we'll see. We go into the Assault with Sahaya and bring back the other one in grave. Junk Converter going to bring back the Shaman. And we're going to see that we're going to go into the second 12 of the combo, and that is going to be Cosmic Quasar. Now, using Shaman, you always want to go to the Quasar, because Quasar is the only one that's specific. Nonetheless, we're going to bring back Primera. Primera and Excel are going to come out and get out Crimson Dragon. Now, Crimson Dragon going to copy into a 12 and get out our Cosmic Quasar Dragon. Now we're going to use Wheel Synchron to decrease the level of Ox, get Primera, And with this combo, since our hand opened up funky, we're only going to end on 4 dragons. My opponent reveals Pot of Duality, meaning I'm in for a rough time. No special summoning. I had a guess it was Flu, but Flu is a really dangerous matchup. Very interruptible, and hopefully I can do that with my cards on board. Cards on board, I have at least 3 interruptions and face-up interruptions in Cosmic Quasar Dragon. We're going to bring out Shooting Quasar with the Crimson. So that leaves 4. We draw for turn. We're going to use our first interruption in Shooting Majestic, negating his spell. And my opponent surrenders after that. Hey, I don't care if you surrender right after a combo. Lets me show off the deck. It is what it is. Alright guys, another clip. This is a really interesting one. You guys will see soon. It doesn't get very interesting until after the part where Junk Converter and Junk Speeder's onto the field, where Junk Speeder resolves. Now, this is a big weakness of Junk Speeder if you don't play the right builds, but it resolves. You get your searches, but your opponent now has that 5 summon trigger to get you out your Nibiru. Now, I love playing through Nibiru with Synchrons. I feel like I can do it really well, especially after Speeder resolves. And this hand, I'm going to be real, completely did it for me. It let me do whatever I wanted, and I was definitely showing off some cool stuff. Now we're going to use that Doppel Warrior in hand because we tributed the Nibiru token for the Stardust Synchron. Now we have 2 tokens plus a Stardust Charge Warrior. Assault in hand, we have the Arrival in Light off of the Stardust Synchron. And we're going to go off to the races and get ourselves out our Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon. Now, funny part about this is that with Arrival in Light being the second chain, Excel still does exactly what Excel wants to do. We're going to get our Converging Wills and our Omni Dragon, and we're going to use it to get out Stardust Dragon. Now, if you use Excel's effect, you can summon the Stardust Dragon to the extra monster zone. That is an interesting fact. And we're going to use those 2 tokens to go into the Shooting Majestic Star Dragon. Now, Converging and also the Assault Synchron are here. So we're going to be able to special summon those guys out back. So there it is. Arrival in Light. We are about to summon a Revolution Synchron, but my opponent realized what he was in for and surrendered. Playing through Nibiru, pretty awesome. Alright guys, another clip for you. Going first, showing off what Synchrons can do. Honestly, this hand wasn't playable at first, except for stand-up plays into Centurion. But with that tuning mill of the Max E, Junk Speeder is free from his shackles. Ash Blossom won't matter. We are playing as much Ash Blossom slash hand trap removal as we possibly can here. Now, Junk Synchron is, or Junk Speeder is going to resolve. Getting us our 1 through 5. Honestly, should have placed the Junk Synchron in the top zone, but it's okay. We opened up the Arrival in Light. I was testing Stardust Illumination in the deck as well. Is it worth running both of them in case you get the other one? Agree to disagree. Now my opponent has Gamma. Now this is a cool interruption just like Nibiru. If your Speeder resolves though, it's very hard to deal with. Junk Speeder, for example, using Wheel Synchron, we can normal summon the Junk Synchron. Now I misplayed here. I should have went for the Arrival in Light beforehand, but nonetheless it's going to be fine. I need to get rid of that Assault Synchron to do any plays with the Crimson Dragon, so it's not going to matter. And I can also bring it back with the Synchro Rumble, and that is exactly what I do. Now, Synchro Rumble plus stand-up Centurion, our opponent's going to realize I'm in for my head, in over my head, and surrender. But really cool combos nonetheless. All right, guys, with a small amount of editing from the clips, I feel like this is the strongest build of the new 5 boss build. Technically 6 if you do it completely perfectly. Now, let's look at the card by card. We're running Valor because Valor is a cross-out target. You're running pretty much 2 of every synchron you can, just so you have your options, except for Wheel. Wheel does come in clutch at being at 1, but you can run it at 2 if you'd like. Omni Dragon is a key with the Doppel Warrior. This is a 3-card combo with the Arrival and Light. This whole deck revolves around Junk Converter. Junk Converter guarantees you the speeder. It guarantees you an extra 12 synchro. It cannot be done as well if you don't have Converter in the combo lines. Maxi is an alternate, and so is Doppel Warrior, but you do want these other cards just in case. Junk Synchron, obviously. We're running a small Centurion combo in Prima, Trudea, and Wake Up. Honestly, you could get rid of the Wake Up and throw in a piece of interaction. Example actually would probably be the best one for the situation is the True Awakening, because most of the time the Trudea is going to be in the back row anyway. Because with this list, your combo is really what you're focusing on, but if this is going to a turn 2 point of view, you want as much interaction as you can get. Now we're running a lot of search cards, in total 7 of just searching, so we can make sure we get our Synchron and our Converter combo pieces. Now you're running Synchro Rumble to get off of the Crimson Dragon. The best target, in my opinion. You can use it to combo further off, but the extra deck is so tight, I like to bring back Crystal Wing as another point of interaction. Arrival and Light is the build's choice for this one. In Stardust, normally I prefer Illumination with Trail. This is making me play 4 when I could be playing 2 with Trail, but these combo lines aren't as guaranteed with Trail as with Arrival and Light. Next up, we're playing our Hand Trap Defense and Called by Crossout Imperm. Imperm as a crossout target, as well as, hey, I have an extra slot, let's throw a second Imperm. You could also be crazy, throw a Nib in there. Next up, True Awakening is part of your Centurion lineup. Now, this is where the extra deck is pretty solid. There's very minimum substitutes you can make, but substitutions are possible. I like this 3-card line with the combo line to get in a guaranteed Cosmic Quasar Dragon in your combo lines. The places that you can switch off is Stardust Charge Warrior. If you wanted a thicker main deck and want to run Living Fossil and to further combo off some more, maybe the Centurion stuff isn't for you, you can go, instead of Stardust Charge Warrior, you go into Power Tool. Next up, Stardust, you could skip the Crystal Wing and use Excel Synchron. Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon is your 8, but Crystal Wing adds a point of interaction in there that actually will save you from Nib and other monster effects once in a while. If you're playing the Arrival and Light, you must play this huge 5D shooting Majestic Star Dragon as one of your boss monsters. Quasar, another one. Shooting Slifer Divine Dragon's one of those throne ones that I like to go using the Cosmic Quasar if we have the second Assault Synchron, so we can bring back 2 dragons. And Quasar, one of the best, or Cosmic Blazar, just one of the best generic ones that can just poof, it's gone. Now you have more space on your board to do more stuff. Crimson Dragon is what this makes this possible. A perfect replacement for Chaos Ruler, and it does the job so nicely. Now in the extra deck, we're running a 1-card Centurion package. Technically you can call it 2 with Crimson, but Crimson can be used in the main deck as well. But yeah, that's the list, guys. This is what I came up with from making the most consistent for the summoning of the dragons. Now I recommend other meta builds. Like I said in the beginning of this video, this deck is the funnest 5 boss card challenge version of the deck. I don't recommend it for competitive use, but I love the deck nonetheless, and I'm really glad you guys enjoyed the last one. Hopefully this one can do as good. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you're enjoying the Yu-Gi-Oh content, and I'll see you guys next time.